In this video, we're going over the best Pokemon of each letter. I'll be looking over the entire alphabet. That's 26 whole letters, which means I have to choose 26 cool, unique Pokemon. I will rank each Pokemon on how they look, how strong they are, their quirks, and most importantly, my personal bias. So yes, in other words, this video is basically me picking my favorite Pokemon of each letter, and then I give the best explanation as to why that Pokemon I picked is the best. Starting off with Aegislash. I guess I already spoiled it from the thumbnail. Whoops. Aegislash has to be one of the worst Pokemon to go up against in the games because of its ability, and in the anime, it's just as annoying. Like, do you guys remember in XY when Ash's Pikachu was going up against Alon's Aegislash and was about to destroy Ash's chances of winning until Pikachu's plot armor shined through and he defeated it with a broken battlefield? Pretty clever on Ash's part, but let's be honest, Ash got off very lucky there. B. Baxcalibur. Underrated, honestly. No, I'm not just choosing it because it's a pseudo legendary. I actually really like the design and it's a pseudo legendary. I know there's Blaziken and Blastoise, all good options, but me personally, this new Pokemon from Scarlet and Violet takes the cake. It also helps that it looks like a dinosaur popsicle. Gotta love it. C. Charizard. There are so many good ones to choose from, but I have to stick with my honest opinion, and I've chosen Charizard. Yes, it's obvious. Yes, I'm really leaning towards Cyclizar or Cresselia. Yes, it's boring, but Charizard, just like many others, is still one of the Pokemon of all time. Come on, it's a classic. You can't go wrong with Charizard. Cyclizar is a close second though, and who knows, maybe in the future I'll change my mind. D. Dragapult. I think this is fair. Yes, Dragonite, Darkrai, they're cool, but something about the design and the fact they can launch mini Dragapults out its ears is quite impressive. Like, who doesn't think that's awesome? Plus, it's insanely strong in the games with speed that can almost outspeed every single Pokemon. S-tier Mon all around. E. Espeon. There's honestly not a lot of Pokemon that start with the letter E. I know many of you guys are probably gonna pick Eevee as it's cute and has many different evolutions, but Espeon is probably my favorite. I love Sphinx Cats, I think they're cool, hilarious, and I support the idea that Ash should have caught that Pokemon in Pokemon. F. Flygon. All my homies love Flygon, and considering the next best F Pokemon for me is Fennekin, it's a clear winner. Flygon has got it all. Strength, cool design, and ultimate potential, and this is why we all wanted Ash to catch a Flygon in the anime. It would have been too cool. G. Goodra. Hold on, there are so many good options here. We got Garchomp, we got Greninja, we got Gyarados, we got Groudon, we got Giratina, so many, but we all know I have to choose Goodra. Well, that's just bias. Okay, well, this whole list is biased. If I didn't choose Goodra, sure, Garchomp is my second favorite, but Goodra clearly wins. Come on, it's Goodra. Sure, it may have a bad rap after the College League, but in the games and design aspects, Goodra is good. In fact, too good, which is why he got a regional form. Has any other G Pokemon I mentioned have a regional form? I didn't think so. H. Haxorus. Boy, do I love Haxorus. His design is amazing, and I don't know if you guys have seen it shiny, but holy cow, I think it's one of the best, if not the best of all time. The red and black make it look even scarier. It's just so awesome. They do have Hydreigon, which is a close second, but the shiny honestly does it for me on this one. And I ain't gonna lie, it does kind of got that dinosaur look, only adding to its amazingness. Okay, I'm simping too hard for Haxorus, so moving on. I. Infernape. This one's easy, obviously. This boy is close to my favorite starter ever, and it's insanely powerful. Oh, you don't believe me? Okay, look at Ash's Infernape in the Sinnoh League. Oh well, surely that's just the anime. Nope, it's pretty good in the games too. Infernape is overall the best pick. The only Pokemon that comes close to beating Infernape is Incineroar, and while I like Incineroar, it doesn't have the same effect on me as Infernape does, sadly. And yes, there are new Paradox Pokemon, which do look cool, but to me, they don't look very Pokemon-like, so for that reason, Infernape takes the win. J. Jolteon. Wow, there's barely any Pokemon that start with the letter J. I have to go Jolteon here. Easy pick. I mean, come on, its competition is Jigglypuff and Jirachi. Maybe if Pokemon made more Pokemon with the letter J, it can be a bit more competition, but right now we have no J Pokemon. Like, do you really think I'm gonna pick Jinx, the worst Pokemon ever? K. Crocodile. This one was honestly really hard to choose. You have Koraidon, Kommo, Kyurem, Kyogre, and of course Crocodile. Although I love all these Pokemon, especially Kommo, cause dinosaur, but Ash's Crocodile is really what won me over. Ash's Crocodile was always wearing those glasses, kinda like me, which made his power levels increase to the max. That's why Crocodile was Ash's ace Pokemon in Black and White. The glasses made him who he is. L. Lucario. Man, I get it, I'm unoriginal. Even though Lucario is way too overrated, it still holds a special place in my heart. In fact, it used to be my favorite Pokemon of all time back in the day, sorta before it became the most popular Pokemon. Dust form Lycanroc is a close second though. M. Magikarp. Just kidding, Mimikyu. Honestly, I didn't even expect to pick Mimikyu, but looking at the competition, there aren't many other M Pokemon I like. I think me rewatching the Sun and Moon anime definitely gave me more of a bias towards Mimikyu since Team Rocket's Mimikyu is awesome. Okay, there's Metagross and Mewtwo, but Mimikyu is more unique, so ha. And Ninetales. Except, I'm gonna cheat and say specifically Alolan Ninetales. Both are great, but I prefer its Alolan counterpart. Alolan Ninetales was always a very cool looking Pokemon. See what I did there? Plus, it's pretty powerful, and I gotta do my boy Furlax some justice. I probably would have picked Noivern purely off design, but since Ash's Noivern sucked in XY, I won't. I know, funny coming from a Gudra. But that's because, oh, Obstagon. Dude, ever since this new evolution came out for Zigzagoon, I was in love. Obstagoon just looks like a goon, and we love goons, cause that's close to Goonies, and that rhymes with Goomies. Anyway, there weren't that many other options to pick from, like, ooh, Onyx. He's cool, better than Steelix, I guess, but come on, Obstagoon is a clear winner. P, Palkia. True fans probably already knew who I was gonna choose for P, and it wasn't Pikachu, cause that would be lame. Palkia, baby, best legendary in Pokemon. Palkia is the GOAT. Who doesn't want to have a Pokemon that rules space? And it's a legendary, instantly OP. Although I ain't gonna lie, Palafin is probably my second pick here because of its cool design and transformation. Q, Quaquavel. Did you really think I wasn't gonna pick the duck guy? Go watch my live streams here on YouTube if you don't know about the duck guy. He's the greatest of all time. Putting my personal bias to the side, the reason I chose the duck guy is, well, there's literally no other option. I think this would have been the smallest group of Pokemon that start with the letter Q if it hadn't been for the introduction of the duck guy line. R, Rayquaza. Looking at all the other options, there's no better Pokemon. Lol, I was trolling. Rayquaza is actually just Rowlet in disguise. God Rowlet is also representing R. I know, you have to pick one, but both were great. God Rowlet obviously works better, but because he's humble, he allowed Rayquaza to join on this list too. How nice of God Rowlet. S, Superior. My favorite starter. Now hold on a sec, there are a ton of S Pokemon. While I could have picked Stunfisk, one of my favorite Pokemon, and made everyone mad, I was generous enough to instead pick my favorite starter. Because let's be honest, as much as I love Stunfisk, Superior is superior in almost all ways, in terms of overall strength that is. So while I could have triggered everyone, I didn't. Superior is based, and we all know that, which is why Ash should have evolved his Snivy, but whatever I guess. Superior is too cool for Ash anyway. T, Tyrantrum, the T-Rex. Dinosaur, dinosaur, dinosaur! U, Urshifu. I know, everybody loves my pronunciation of Urshifu. Umbreon's cool, but overrated in my opinion. Ursaring's honestly fun to play in the games, but looks pretty bland, and the rest of them are meh. Urshifu has got it all. It's a legendary, it looks pretty damn cool, and it is one of my favorite types, fighting. Basically the whole package. V, Victini. This is another one of my all-time favorites. If you ever seen the black and white Victini movie, then you know where I'm coming from. Victini is probably on my top 3 cutest Pokemon of all time list. Not a bad video idea. It's cute, it's powerful, it's goofy, and it's got an interesting Pokédex entry saying how if you own a Victini, you always win. That's likely why Ash never caught it in the movie, even though this man's had every opportunity to catch it. Yes, I'm still mad about that. W, Wugtrio. Another Paldean Pokemon to the list. And in all honestly, I love saying Wugtrio. For me, it never gets old. Wugtrio may not be the strongest Pokemon, but it's definitely one of the goofiest Pokemon, especially Wiglet too. X, Xerneas. This takes the cake for the smallest group of Pokemon in this video. Pokemon X was my first Pokemon game, so automatically my brain picks Xerneas, and the other two aren't as cool as the Rainbow Deer anyway. Why? Yveltal. Same goes here. It's not even close. The reason I chose Xerneas over Yveltal back in the day was because I thought Yveltal was scary and Xerneas is the good guy. But screw all that. Yveltal is 1,000 times cooler than Xerneas, and it's got big bulking hands that want to hug you. Z, continuing the pattern of XY Pokemon, it's Zoroark. Ha 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 ha. Sorry all you Zygarde, Zacian, Zapdos, and Zekrom lovers, Zoroark is the true winner. Zoroark's ability is probably one of the most fun to use in game, and its design is really interesting. Did you guys semi-agree with this list? Make sure you let me know. And for those who want some exclusive GUI perks and support the channel, you can join my new membership. We just got our first channel member, so thank you very much. If you don't want to invest your money and want to show your support, feel free to join my Discord community in the description. Bye! I have to take a shit so YouTube doesn't claim this video for YouTube Kids.